to another episode of LockersFirst, and my name is Andre Veskimeister. I'm the founder of the Parcel Lockers Central. Today's guest is Tobias Kasten. He's a founder of the company called Pareva. Hi, Tobias. How are you doing today?
Hey, Andre. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Very well.
It's really nice to have you here, and we already talked about so many things before the recording, so we probably talked most of the things already, but you have quite a big story already with the locker. So you are producing lockers, but not parcel lockers. You are sort of concentrated in the offices, and it's quite an interesting. You started before the COVID, because sort of the COVID period was one of the push for some manufacturers, but you started before. So tell me please, what is your story? How did you end up to producing sort of smart lockers for the offices?
Of course, Andre. And that's a little bit the funny story of my life too. When someone tell me for 10 years you will sell locker in the future, then I say, why I need locker? But my background is that I was responsible for IT service management process and like user help desk in big companies for the IT. And there was the requirement that someone need a new power supply because they forget it on a customer and coming late night in the office to pick it up, or need a new mouse or something else. And there was the idea in my rule to say, hey, we need some locker because big parcel cap services like DHL do it about 20 years. To have an electronic locker where you can put the parcel inside or the components or whatever, and the client or the customer can enter the pin and open the door. And that was the idea to improve my own process where I was responsible. And I going on the market. I've searched in Google parcel locker DHL. I've tried to search the company who produce for other big companies the parcel locker too. And I have found some producer of smart locker for 7 years. But that was locker producer which have a little bit software. And the funny story, I tell it every time, is that I would like discuss with the sales guy of this locker about connectivity, Azure ServiceNow, and he don't understand me and ask me every time which color you would like have for the doors. And I say, bring me what you like. It's not my problem, but I need the connectivity. I would like handle the process behind. And that was a little bit after 3 or 4 interviews. I was a little bit, okay, it's not so crazy. Let's do it. And so I've called my partner Martin. He coming more from the enterprise cloud architecture and IoT development. And I say, hey Martin, I need a prototype. And then he have asked me what you would like to do. Then I say, I would like open a door with the smartphone. And then we have created the first prototype for this with a strong focus to have a software for the locker where you can manage process, delivery, and all the things. And this we have, that was the first version of Pareva, was to focus on this kind of solution that you have different process, what's help companies to optimize the process inside. The easiest case, you need a new computer mouse, or you need a rental laptop or something else. And that's a little bit different to the parcel topic and where the company is coming, because we have not starting with the parcel locker because we are not the locker producer. We have not a factory where we can produce locker. Makes not sense for us. We have developed the software and all the electronic, and going to the customer and have searched the customer where we can solve the problem. That we can that they have. Later we're talking about the business case and all the things, and you must optimize your internal process. Then the company can save money in the completely process and will be faster. And that was the start idea in the first project what we have to do with Pareva. And then was it was 2018. We have got over a startup pitch a place on the Orgatech. Orgatech is a very big trade for the topic office furniture and all the things. And we was in our small startup corner. It's a own broadcast about this kind of trade, how we transport the log and all the things. But then the big furniture producer coming to us and asking, hey, what are you doing here? And then we have showed a little bit. And then I see, okay, the furniture producer, they have a little bit of problem. They lost the contact to the customer, because the customer in the future ask not, hey, please bring me a locker with 3 or 10 doors. They say, hey, I need a solution for smart office, for whatever. And but they are better with producing the furniture. So my idea was to deliver the technology to this producer, because then it's matched two competence. Yeah, the furniture have the customer contact, can make the sales, but we can deliver the solution and can support them consulting that. So that was the idea after 2018, to coming more in the furniture world, let me say, whatever, yeah, office furniture world, because we are normally not from this kind of business. And yeah, then it was my first time on a trade, and I have learned on the trade, it's not after the trade. So after the trade, that was a little bit hard to come in contact with all the companies. Only one very good partner in Scandinavian, where we have starting and who had understand it, what we can deliver from the platform idea. And so we are starting to build our own locker. So we have really go to furniture producer, smaller one, and say, hey, we need a locker with this and this category. And then we have delivering more and more locker for this and growing up. And yeah, that was a funny start, let me say. And when you have say we are locker producer, but we are more like, we are delivering the operating system for locker. Yeah, that's the idea behind this. And the benefit, and that's a part of the platform thinking, what we have is that you can very flexible and fast can make the configuration for different use cases. We can do employee locker, we can do the service point, we can integrate it customer system, and we have a flexible platform. And this platform helps on the customer project time to market. All the things what's going with this, that you have a very efficient solution. And of course, trustful operation behind, because when I see at the moment, we have around, I'm not sure, but I think at the moment over 1 million process which running every month about over our platform. And half of this have some customer integration. So that's crazy data and operation what's going behind this IT system. And that's not the locker, it's IT. It's the software for the locker, Andre.
Yes, I share that vision very much nowadays, that this is about software. And I think we can go even beyond. The next word what I will bring to the table is interoperability. In a sense that I believe that in the future comes that there are two things around us. There are lockers and there are screens. I have my own computer with me, whether this is my watch or my smartphone. I can use every screen in the future, most probably, to do whatever I do. And I have access, most probably in the future, also to every locker to get something or leave something to somebody. So that's why I do share this vision that this sort of locker business is about software, not about the hardware, and that's very, very interesting. But because I've been in the parcel part of the lockers mostly. Your story is in the office environment, and I see a big difference there, in a sense that you have quite bigger requirements for the security. Because
Absolutely.
in the parcel side, this is sort of more loose. You have to integrate with a sort of secure office systems, and is it so? This is my gut feeling, but is it right?
Absolutely. And one point is, of course, we have a solution for enterprise companies. So it is how it is. Yeah, of course, we get more and more smaller companies too, but I think the typical customer starting with around 500, 800 people, and then it's going up. And we have very big companies in Germany, because the plus point for them is that we can deliver different cases inside the company. We can deliver the base for the service point, but we can do the employee locker. So later they have one supplier for everything where's a locker door. Yeah. And then it's come the topic of the security, because we have a high integration in the systems for batch authentication, SRP integration, all the things. And we get every day to letter of check security and have a high invest in this part too. But that's a little bit the invest what you have when you develop a software. So questions, where's the focus and what's the need of the customer? And we see it at the moment. That is one of our plus point when we go to the customer, because now, of course, lots of company coming with smart locker. It's fine. I like it. Yeah, when lots of people outside and the product coming more and more outside, it's help us too. But when it's starting to going deep down, then it will be happen that the difference is coming between architecture, integration, security, data privacy, all points which going there. And there we have a little bit more experience at the moment.
I actually just finished a comparison of 12 different parcel locker software systems that are available in the market, and that's why I can ask you questions. I ask many other software providers. You are most probably cloud-based system.
Absolutely, yes.
It's sort of native cloud, so you haven't ported it from the sort of server-based. You have native cloud system.
We have a completely cloud system, of course. When you have big customer, it's starting from time to time the discussion if you need an on-premise version. Yeah, but then the on-premise version is not a little bit what you know from the history that you install on any Windows PC, a part of software. Then you're talking more about Docker solution, virtualization, whatever. But this is then really big customer where we talking about the worldwide system, because the point of the local system is the maintenance. When you have a local server installation, whatever, and there are some points, who makes the maintenance, how is it with the support? And we're talking in the big companies about a critical system. We have lots of customer where our system is classification critical. It's more like a positive point, but when the system is not working, then of course it's starting. It had an impact of the customer. However, and that's a part of this what we're doing, and we have the cloud solution, but we have lots of component where we can optimize, like connect to native, like a bridge, or we have own apps for security reason for handling some devices which can connect it, all the things. And the funny thing, we are not from this. We don't have experience with this, and we have learned so much. It's starting with the screen, the right screen, of course. Everybody taking the first step, any China screen, V2, then you have problems, how you can do it. And then more and more you come to a higher level of the products what you have, because we are very small company. We are now 35 people, have worldwide locker. And when you have problems with your technology, then it's a big invest to handle all the things. So we need a trustful technology, and from the products what we buy. And for example, the controller, it's a part two for security and all the points to say we develop this controller by ourselves and we produce it here by ourselves, because it's one of the core components. One is the software, but you need the electronic to handle this too. And that's both match together. And yes, the cloud, back to your questions, Andre, sorry. But we have a full cloud product.
Okay, and one more technical question, and then I will stop technical things, in a sense that, do you have one software version that you are sort of, or you are doing also sort of custom setup, so every customer has separate installation?
Now my heart's starting to open, Andre, because that's now exactly where you can make it different in a platform. And that's why I say we have a platform, because yes, we have special customer requirements. And I can show now on the screen, whatever, 3 customer, and all customer looking different on the screen. But the base, the platform is always the same. And that's a goal from our Martin, because Martin say we need from beginning, and I was sometimes, Martin, make it not so complex, make it. And they say, that's my job, let me do it. And what is our goal is to have a platform, and we can customize without that we have a special software version for the customer. So we can make the full maintenance and full update and release circles of our platform base, and then we can integrate different CIs, customer version, whatever. Of course, you need the update or the control of version, all the things in the background. So it sounds maybe easier how it is from the you need good guys in the teams that you can handle this. But in the end, for us, it's important. It's one platform.
And your clients are mostly German-based, or you have totally international client base already, or what is the geographical scope of your business?
Yeah, how I've told, I have very good friends in Finland, and that was our first market where we are starting outside from Germany. But in the beginning, we have started classic in Germany because Germany is one of the biggest market, and we are behind different countries. Let me say 3 or 5 years, maybe. Yeah, and so we are starting in Germany and in Finland. Now it is that with with our clients, what we have, they are not only in Germany, they are worldwide. And now they say, okay, we need a solution in UK, we need it in USA, wherever. And then it's starting completely new process. And we from Pareva, we must be a little bit careful that it's not too fast because every country bring on requirements. We have some or challenges in the future in the next years to have a multi-provider data center concept, so that you can hosting the application and the data privacy in this country where you need it. And that's all the task that's coming. So we're growing in Europe. I think in every country in Europe at the moment you find a locker from us. And I think UK, we are starting in UK much more projects. And yeah, let's see what the next years will be bringing. What will be happening, let me say, Andre.
It's absolutely interesting. Again, I see that this kind of new working concepts like half remote or hybrid, they call it. This is exactly the use case for your lockers, because people don't have the dedicated office desk anymore, and they have to store or leave or do stored stuff somewhere. And again, when I was thinking that the parcel locker, the market is growing and there is a need for parcel lockers, then I do see that there is even or not even, but there are tenfold bigger market available for the office lockers actually, because there are so many offices that need this one. So this is really interesting use case, but just for the curiosity, you mentioned some use cases. There is a IT assets needs to be handed over, and probably there is mail products or company correspondence needs. But what are the other use cases for why or for what reasons or the purposes the companies are using office lockers?
Yeah, we can go one step higher and see what the business area where we're working. One is the company solution, what you have talked, and we name it Smart Office. And under Smart Office, we have all the employee locker. Yeah? So you need a locker, shared desk, changing room, all the things. That is for us in the category Smart Office. And of course, the focus for this is in company side. And the second part for us is, we have a, say, business solution. That's, for example, the service point or the internal mail solution or, some others. Yeah, service station becoming more and more the factory, where we, for example, rent tools for the worker and we can manage with the information about maintenance of the tools or something else. And the third part is the smart city area, and we are in Germany. I think we are in Germany the biggest click and collect company at the moment who produce solution for click and collect or have outside, because we have over 1,500 shops on different customers only for click and collect. But it's the 3 areas. And when you go into company, I've tell it a little bit. It's starting on the classic employee locker. You need it. Then we have the different service stations, and then we coming to the factory, and there's lots of other use cases too. And mostly the benefit for the customer is a part of the service activity what you have. So we have from the client side, for example, we have worker console projects, project process, how you can integrate it in some things. The worker console, for example, you must open a locker. In a big company, it's not so easy, because then you need a worker console, you need a security, you need whatever to open one door. Maybe it's a little bit German special problems, but it is how it is, and where we can help from the process, from the software side, we can support this process better and can generate benefit for this.
I think that if you can manage and handle German regulations and German punctuality, then you are good to go with every country in the world.
Oh, Andre, I'm not sure if this is a compliment, but yes.
Okay, but it's really interesting. I see in this talk so many similarities to the parcel locker world, but also there are some things are very different also. So it's sort of familiar area and not so much. But what about the competition in your field? I know the competition in parcel locker field, and this is quite fierce. There are parcel locker manufacturers in Europe. There are, I think, more than 50 for sure. Parcel locker manufacturers, but what about the office lockers and your sort of how do you call, by the way, what is the product category? It is office locker, is it asset locker?
Yet it is, for us, we have it in this three category. So smart office solution, smart business solution, and smart city solution. That's where we're working. And then you have a big mix between, because it's don't stop with the locker. You can have a smart office locker and can integrate it some asset. Good questions about the competence. I think the biggest difference between a parcel locker or when you go with a end user product maybe, and you're starting with a product for enterprise company, you need much more longer time, because there's so much departments involved in the process. I've said worker console, you must describe the customer, you have meetings with the IT, data privacy, all the things. You need much more longer time. And the competence what you need, and when we are talking about the furniture, we are more and more now that we deliver our solution to the furniture producer after 5-6 years. And the competence what we need is the IT from our side, from Pareva, because the competence about how the locker can be produced, it's more like on the furniture producer, but we need the IT and we need the understanding for the IT, because that is the plus point. Mostly the facility manager starting to selecting some locker furniture, and now it's a smart locker, and now it's starting with IT product, and now they must invent to the meetings IT department. And then we coming, because we can speak in one language, and that's one of the competence what we call competition. What we need, and the consulting for optimizing the process, lots of connectivities to the systems what we have. It's long time what you need, but when you have the connectivity, then it's very easy for multiple in this countries, because that's later the plus point. The connectivity in Germany is the same like in USA or whatever, where in the world, mostly, not on all customers, but mostly for this. And then you can have an easy way. But the way to coming to this, that's the biggest. For this, you need the competition.
You mentioned a few times that it's a long process, but what is the average time for onboarding a new client with a system? Whether this is months, this is years?
That is maybe the plus point after COVID, that smart locker coming more and more in the normal life of the people, let me say. Where we have starting, of course, we was a little bit younger company, then you get automatically more questions. But when it was a good customer, a half year, normal customer was more like 1 year before you can really starting and with this. Now we see with with after COVID and now what's happened more and more is that we get more clear requests. Yeah, so in the beginning, we was go to the customer and say, hey, we know you have a problem and we have a solution for this, but you don't know it. Let's talk about it. Yeah? And then, yeah, the client say, yeah, really, you are right. We have a problem to optimize. Now we get more and more clear requests from customers who say, hey, we need an inner mailbox solution. Yeah? We need a service point. We need click on collect. Yeah, that's a little bit now new, and now the sales time going down. Yeah, and we have now customer where we really can deliver in 4 weeks something else. And it depends on the request and on the connectivity behind and on the client side too, because when you have a big customer, you cannot go to IT and say, hey, can you make me API connections to our whatever? Yeah, that needs time too. But overall, it's going now down, let me say, the middle, like 3 months. And that's a good thing at the moment. And yeah, that the topic coming more and more to the people and it's more clear for them.
Yeah, and most probably you are also growing or developing your system. Your API is sort of described, and then this is up to the company's IT department how to provide the connectivity with your system in fast mode. But talking about the partnership with the company, who is your client inside the company? Whether this is IT, whether this is HR, whether this is the office manager. So who is the client who orders you?
That depends on the business case. Yeah, when we have our the business category, what we have the same split a little bit in the sales. Yeah, so the responsible salespeople for smart office, they starting to contacting with the planner, with the facility manager for the topic smart office, and then, for example, for the smart business, we go to the IT department. Yeah, we go to this department where we know they knows the problem. Yeah, and what I like is on the IT way, let me say, yeah, that's the easiest way for connectivities because they are on the source. Yeah, and when you have with the IT have the connectivities and everything is done, then you can, in the second step, you can keep in contact with the facility management because then the connectivity is done. Yeah, so it's the easiest way then to coming with employee locker or something else.
Listen, Tobias, I think we have to start to wrap up the discussion. It has been so interesting and so fascinating knowing your product and history. But what about the future? In a sense that what is your strategy for the future? Are you still developing your product, or you are now already scaling up, and looking for different markets? So in what phase you are as a company? Just when the clients would ask.
You cannot do the one way without the other way. And yes, we are growing, and of course we have now more development, not on feature, more like on base or change technology and all the things. But yeah, you cannot do the one way without the other, and that's later a combination. Of course, we have lots of feature sets, so we are not must now developer every week new features. We have a strong focus on bring the technology forward for worldwide usage, let me say. And our strategy is to deliver the operating system for lockers. And the second point is that we get more and more special customer flows, yeah, because then you get more the really, or we're talking not about employee locker, but we're coming more in the warehouse, when then whatever 100 people in one time would like rent a device to do the work, whatever. It's a different case what's happened here, yeah, because when 100 people in one time walking to the locker, then you have a lots of different challenges, yeah, where the software must be important. So yes, the growing part and to make us fit in the software, and of course technology transfer, but we don't would like lost an improvement. So we invest lots of time in improvement too, new feature, because in the end we would like be the technology leader. in the software for the lockers, and I think we are at the moment what we see on the market, and this plus point we would like pushing forward to.
Yeah, Tobias, thank you. Thank you for this discussion. For those potential clients of yours who would like to get contact, we will leave your contacts below this video so everybody can reach out to you. So thank you again, and hopefully we will meet and see your products in every single office in the future. So you will be like a Microsoft of the office lockers.
We'll see, Andre. We give our best.
Thank you and take care.
Thank you, Andre. Bye-bye.